Welcome to another episode of Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, hanging out in downtown Quincy at the CDS Office Technology Studio. You see an empty seat beside me? Chris Stewart is not here yet. He will be here. He was on assignment chasing down a couple stories, so I expect him to join us anytime soon, hopefully by our next segment. We'll see. But we got a powerful packed show tonight. I'm excited about tonight and everything we're going to talk about. Joining us at 7:15 right here in the studio, Quincy High School senior quarterback Hunter Schuckman to talk about the Blue Devils, who are 5-2 coming off last week's 44-22 victory over Galesburg. The Blue Devils have qualified for the postseason. They haven't guaranteed themselves a spot. You got to get to 6 victories to be guaranteed a spot in the Illinois playoffs. But the Blue Devils have 2 more chances to guarantee their spot, 2 more chances to improve their seeding as well. So we'll talk about some of that with Hunter Schuckman when he joins us here in studio. Hour number 2, big hour planned. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, Justin Hutchings, the Palmyra football coach, will join us. His team put up 82 points last week. Yes, 82. All I could think of is an old friend of mine, Mike Pasley, rest in peace, Paz, who when one of a team wanted, I want to see 70 was one of his things. Well, I could hear him saying, I want to see 100. And Panthers darn near did that last Friday night. 82 points. Crazy score in a victory over Clark County. So we'll talk to Coach Hutchings. We'll get an update on JT Thomas. Things are progressing nicely for the young man. It's been 1 month since he suffered that spinal cord injury in a tackle against Macon. And we heard his voice on a video on social media today. So really exciting stuff there to see his progress. We know he's getting better. We know he's improving. And the outpouring of love, not just from this community, the sports-minded in Northeast Missouri and West Central Illinois, but all over the place. You know, it's been incredible. So we'll talk to Coach Hutchings about some of that stuff. At 8:15, we'll be joined by NemoPressBox.com's Brad Boyer, the voice of Truman State Athletics. Truman State plays Quincy University this coming Saturday in college football. Big rivalry game taking place at Stokes Stadium in Kirksville. We'll get his take on the Bulldogs, who are playing really well right now. We'll see what he thinks of this matchup. We'll break down a little bit more. We might even talk some college basketball. College basketball practices have begun. I spent Sunday at Pepsi Arena with the Quincy University men's basketball team. They are 1 month away. Yeah, tomorrow, the 14th. They'll be 1 month away from tomorrow. They play their first game. So crazy to think about that we're already transitioning into basketball. So that's coming up at 8:15. At 8:30, Macomb wide receiver and defensive back senior Drew Watson will join us. All 3 of those will be on the Hess Auto Agency hotline. Drew Watson has now eclipsed 2 career records at Macomb. I believe, I want to make sure my numbers are correct, and I'll double check that before we get him on air. Career yardage, receiving, and career receptions. He's having a whale of a career, and he's a really good defensive back too. So we're going to talk to him about the Bombers, who are 6-1. They have qualified for the playoffs. They're in the playoffs, and a real legitimate chance of going 8-1 and getting a home game in the first round of the Class 4A playoffs. So we'll see. We'll hear what Drew has to say later in hour number 2. You also got Shuck 'em Up in hour number 2, a big hit coming up from Quincy High School in last week's game against Galesburg. Our buddy Shane Holsey got that on camera. And then we have the Justin Chiropractic Adjustment of the Week. Chris Stewart breaks that down. Comes from the 8-man showdown last week. Knox County beating North Shelby on a pretty cool play, but it was a really neat little twist and adjustment that the Eagles made to kind of flip that game on its head. Eagles are playing really well, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And we're going to break down the playoff scenarios. Here we are. We're through week 7. We're only 2 weeks away from the end of the regular season and then talking playoffs. 2 weeks from Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now, we're going to have the Illinois High School Association Playoff Pairing Show, which is crazy to think about that we're already talking playoffs. But currently we have, I believe, 9 Illinois teams in our area that either have qualified for the playoffs or have a chance to qualify still with 2 games to go. So we got some real interesting scenarios. Chris Stewart and I plan to break that down at 7:30, and so you can look forward to that. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but But let's go back and look at last Friday night. We're going to go back to the Week 7 scoreboard brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota, run through the list of scores, check out what happened, kind of give you a little bit of update on everything that took place last week before we dive into the interviews here as the hour moves on. So let's get started with the Week 7 scoreboard brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. Quincy High School, as I mentioned, 44-22 victory over Galesburg. Hunter Shuckman, who will be joining us here in studio, 331 yards passing. Cole Burgess with a huge touchdown off I think it was a 1-yard pass play, a little screen play that turned into a 70-plus yard touchdown. Incredible play by Cole Burgess that time and just ran away from the Galesburg defenders. So a big win for the Blue Devils, got them to 5 wins. They've got a tough road game this week at Sterling, and then they close at home against Geneseo, a team that is currently sitting at 5-2, so another team that's playoff bound. So 2 good tests for the Blue Devils to close the regular season. Quincy Notre Dame at Advanced Physical Therapy Field last Friday night, beats Jacksonville 28-0 in a Central State 8 Conference West Division game. The Raiders were impressive, especially defensively. Kind of a bend but don't break mentality. First victory against Jacksonville in Quincy for the Raiders since 1983 when they won 7-0. And that game was played at Flynn Stadium. First time the Raiders have ever beat Jacksonville on their own turf at 10th and Jackson. So pretty cool event for the Raiders last week. Again, very, very good defensive effort, 28-0 over Jacksonville. Moved the ball pretty efficiently on the offensive end too. So ran the ball effectively. Hannibal 27-0 over Moberly. That Hannibal defense is nails. The Pirates moved up a spot in this week's state rankings. They're now up to number 3 in Class 4, and deservedly so. Their defense has just been dynamite, and they're still getting things done offensively. Camp Point Central, the number 1 ranked team in Class 1A in Illinois, rolls over Jacksonville Route 46-3. No surprise there. Brown County over Beardstown, 66-0. Good bounce back for Brown County after having lost the week before to Camp Point Central. Right now, Camp Point Central has 2 games it should win in weeks 8 and 9, taking on Pleasant Hill and North Green. Brown County has North Green this week, a team that is winless, and so I fully expect the Hornets to be 7-1. Going into a huge Week 9, a playoff caliber game, high level playoff caliber game when they travel to Calhoun in Week 9. So that's going to be very interesting. Triopia beats Unity Payson 6-0. Unity Payson's quarterback Sawyer Allen with an injury to his wrist. Going to be interesting to see how he bounces back, how quickly he bounces back, and how this team adjusts, because the Mustangs are one of those teams teetering on the playoff bubble. They're 4-3 right now with 2 games to go. 2 tough opponents, two opponents that are in that mix right now of getting into the playoffs. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out for them. They've got to make some adjustments. Good defensive effort last week by the Mustangs. Couldn't generate much offensively. Got to figure that out with games coming up at Winchester West Central and then at home in Week 9 against Greenfield Northwestern. Speaking of Greenfield Northwestern, 36-6 over Winchester West Central. I think we saw some early hiccups from Greenfield Northwestern, and it's kind of rolling now. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. If my computer would cooperate, I'll go to the next scoreboard. There we go. Pleasant Hill gets its first victory of the season, 40-0 over North Green. Pleasant Plains takes down Pittsfield 27-14. Macomb beats Knoxville 42-17. And look who arrived.
Just in time.
Just in time.
I thought you said showing up tonight was optional.
Well, sometimes it is for you. Mentally, at least.
Yeah, well, I'm still not sure I can guarantee you that, my friend.
Hey, welcome, Chris
Hey,
Stewart.
good to be here.
I know you were out running around grabbing some stories, so I appreciate you hustling back to get here. I didn't even mention the big story of the night from your angle. You were up in Keokuk. Jackson Clark, the basketball player that was headed to Montverde Academy.
Headed back
to Keokuk and will be eligible.
He will be immediately eligible because he moved back in time, as I have now been explained and made to understand by Zach Summers.
Okay.
The bylaws, I guess the timing was critical, so
okay.
Jackson had to make a really quick decision whether he was going to stay, and he had told me that it wasn't what he thought it would be.
Right.
And so he comes back home and gets a chance to pick up right where he left off, and I think for the sake of Tri-State basketball, it's a really good thing this year that we have another potential Player of the Year candidate in the mix for us.
So we'll have a full story on that coming up at muddyriversports.com. As you catch your breath and get settled in, appreciate you being here.
Hey, it's good to be here. Always fun to see you, Chuck.
I'm running through the scoreboard right now.
Where are we
as
at?
you can see, I'm midway through.
Okay.
We have hit the Lincoln Trail Prairie Lane games.
Okay.
Just mentioned that Macomb beat Knoxville 42-17 to improve to 6-1. We've got Illini West beating Bureau Valley 28-20.
Which still keeps them in the playoff picture at this point.
Ding, 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 ding. And as I said earlier in the show, we're going to talk about all the playoff scenarios at 7:30. So we'll go through who's still alive, who has a chance, and we'll go through all that. West Hancock position did sell for a playoff push with a 62-6 over LVC, victory over LVC.
I know LVC isn't very good.
No.
The Titans are playing incredibly well right now. That's a very quality win for a team that seems to be amassing some momentum right when you need it.
Well, and in a week where we had a lot of lopsided victories, Rushville Industries' 54-19 victory over Stark County was impressive.
It's super impressive, and that's a team that has given them fits historically over the years. I spent a little time last week in Rushville, and the good folks there were telling me that Stark County is very talented but very young. And the idea was if you could hit them early, that there was a chance that maybe you could get them back on their heels. Sebastian Bertou with a really good 54-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, and it was kind of off to the races from there.
Monroe City 44-6 over Benton, no surprise.
Not unexpected at all. Big game for Quincy Mayfield in that one. I think he had 188 yards rushing.
The next one was the one that caught me by surprise just based on the number. I mentioned this earlier. We're going to have Palmyra coach Justin Hutchings on at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Palmyra 82-30 over Clark County.
Yeah, a lot of offense in that game.
Points.
A lot of offense in that game for both teams.
Holy moly.
Clark County had a receiver who amassed 250 yards of total offense and had 4 touchdowns in a losing cause.
Crazy.
That was a crazy game.
Big game this week for Palmyra. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Macon 62-6 over Highland. Centralia 42-0 over South Shelby.
Tuning up for that big game.
Centralia goes to Palmyra this week.
And if that game is anywhere near as good as the 2 earlier CCC Power games were between Monroe City and Centralia and then Palmyra and Monroe City, I think we're in for a whale of a game on Friday night.
And that's where you'll be Friday night.
I will be there on Friday night.
Montgomery County beats Bowling Green 42-6.
The wheels have come off for the Bobcats.
Salisbury beats Louisiana 65-14.
Salisbury must be really good. I mean, they've just been rolling this season.
North Callaway 56-0 over Mark Twain.
Apparently recovered from the Palmyra loss.
The game you were at last Friday night, Knox County beats North Shelby 58-24.
Incredibly impressive. Now, people will point out no Gannon Bowen in that game for North Shelby. That makes a big difference, but also Knox County's legit.
Yeah. And then Mount Pleasant beats Keokuk 35-34. Mount Pleasant, state-ranked team in Iowa. Keokuk gave them everything it had.
In fact, Keokuk had a lead late in that game and threw a pick-6 interception that, all they needed was 1 first down.
Yeah.
And instead, the pick-6 interception flipped it on homecoming. So, rough way to lose that one.
But you were right in it against a state-ranked team.
Yeah.
Got to bounce back this week.
You do. And apparently, they're playing a little better defense in Keokuk. So, good for them.
There's your Week 7 scoreboard brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. We're going to take a break. Our guest is in studio. We're going to find out what he thinks of the Quincy High offense after throwing for 331 yards last week.
I just congratulated him out in the parking lot for the monster game he put together.
So you were his chauffeur in?
Well, I was the key to let him in the door here tonight.
That's always a challenge on Monday nights.
It kind of is,
is that pesky door that remains locked.
But we got him.
We got him in.
Hunter is here.
Hunter Schuckman's in studio. He will join us next. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Decade after decade, Farm and Home Supply has been the place families turn for jeans that last. For style or for work, our jeans are made for every walk of life. Generation after generation, denim runs in the family at Farm and Home Supply.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships? It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Meet us at the Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
The home of Quincy's best cheeseburger is now under new ownership. All our time-tested menu items, along with some great new additions, all cooked on our perfectly seasoned grill, are waiting for you.
New wings and new sauces.
Ice cold buckets at some of the best prices in town.
Or even in a frosted mug.
Corner bar comfort for your favorite game on 7 big screens. Or play your own game and win big.
The Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
Area Distributors is a provider of products and services in the restaurant environment, the school environment, the factory environment, the office environment, and in the healthcare settings.
That's the value of Area Distributors, is that we help our customers out by providing them more product as one distributor.
I can tell you, if you call us and have a need, you're going to get timely response.
It's all about passion.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Money River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, hanging out with my trusty sidekick, Chris Dewar. How are you?
I'm good now that I've
You've
had a chance.
been crazy running today.
I have been. It's a bunch of stuff has happened today, so I'm glad I could get back. I was a little nervous trying to drive back here to beat the deadline.
I was worried that you were going to go too fast and then get pulled over.
I was stuck behind maybe the slowest driver in all of Adams County tonight.
And not a farm implement.
Not a farm implement, just somebody taking their good sweet time, so I was forced to take my good sweet time.
That's okay.
Thinking, shucks, bad-mouthing me the entire time I was gone.
I texted you and said, don't rush,
you said
relax, be safe, and it's all good.
And we're here.
Because had you not made it back in one piece, we would have all cried, obviously.
Well, and Hunter Schuckman would be still walking around the parking lot.
He would be. But he's here in studio.
Which is a good thing. Welcome to our guest, Hunter Schuckman, Quincy High School senior quarterback. Thanks for coming in, bud.
Thank you for having me.
Coming off a big victory for you guys, 44-22 over Galesburg. How important was last week's home victory to get you guys kind of that playoff push started?
Obviously, like as many wins as you can going into the playoffs is really good. So that just helped us, at least coming off like the close game, just give us a little bit more momentum, get the offense and everyone rolling, and then hopefully going to keep going the next few games to give us a better seeding and everything in the playoffs.
You needed confidence. This team has to build confidence. Correct me if I'm wrong. Has this team figured out its identity and that this team is this team and not worried about the past now?
Yeah, I think so. I think we finally, we're not worried about the past or anything. We're focused on us and what we can do and hopefully go as far as we can this year.
I think, Hunter, there's a sense with this team that every time you play offensively, you get a little bit better. So the longer you can keep this thing gelling, what's working really well right now for this offense based on, you put up incredible offensive numbers this week.
I think a lot's going right. We're starting to get the run game more and more. Dent back there is going and getting a lot of yards each week and getting the pass game. Like last week wasn't the greatest pass game, but we still had it a little bit. But this game, just different things work each week, and the pass game worked more this week.
The interesting thing about the pass game, when you talk about that, you can throw the ball to a bunch of different guys, and it's not one guy that you're relying on week to week to make plays. Look at what Noah Wells did last week. Look what Cole Burgess did last week. How many weapons do you have? And how comfortable are you throwing to all of them?
Everyone out there is a weapon and very good. Anyone that gets the ball is going to make a play. Obviously, even with Braden Ulrich, he would get the ball, Sawyer gets the ball, and he makes plays. Cole and Noah, they all make great plays with the ball. Obviously, it's sad to see Braden go down, but hopefully we have someone that steps up and can fill his role and help us keep going.
When you throw a short screen pass, it was about 1 yard to Cole, and you see him turn it into such a big play, what goes through your head?
It's just good to see, like, not knowing that I don't have to do it like a lot. Like, it's just put it in my playmaker's hand and he goes and makes a play with his speed and everything, flipping the field for us and going to score.
I know some things have happened on the offensive line, but that group, assess it for us. Coming into this season, we thought it'd be a strength. You've dealt with some injury things from time to time. Where are you now with that group? Obviously, they did their job because you were able to put up such great numbers and stay clean this week.
They're doing really good. Whenever we have people coming in and out, like everyone just next man up, and they're all filling in really well. And again, the run game is looking really good, so that's helping a lot with the pass game.
Well, the last 2 weeks you haven't had Todd Smith at left tackle, and obviously he's a mountain of a man. And, there's just no denying it. He is a presence. But it looked like you guys didn't miss a beat. Like Jackson Morse shifted over to left tackle, Eli Zanger jumped in at left guard, and things just clicked. Is that a credit to those guys and the coaches for making sure everybody's ready?
Yeah, they all put in the work each week and just get ready, and everyone knows what they're doing. And it's just with everyone knowing what they're doing and how hard they work, they just all click, and like it's just they don't think, they just fire off the ball and go hit someone.
You transferred in this year. How difficult was it for you to pick up the schemes, to pick up what this offense wanted to do before week one got here?
It was pretty hard coming into a new thing just over the summer. You only have so many days to practice.
Yep.
So, but like staying after a little bit with some of the receivers, getting extra time in, and just looking over it with coaches like Little and Luton to help me figure it out and get more used to it.
I don't have to tell you how critical this stretch is down the way here. These last two games obviously are for you to get where you want to go. You've got to find one here.
Yep.
How much do you feel like you're ready for this moment as a team right now, based on some of the lumps you took early and some of the improvements you've made bouncing back from them, Hunter?
I think we're ready. We just need to come out and practice really hard and just keep getting better each and every day, just piling up the days so that we can keep pushing through other teams and go as far as we can, because these games are important for playoffs, so we can get good seeding.
How much of your teammates kind of told you about the history of the rivalry, the budding rivalry with Sterling? Because year in and year out, it's been a really good game.
Yeah, a lot. Like they were saying, like coaches were saying, especially today, that it's been a tight game and everything, and they're not going to be very happy, especially after what happened last year.
Yeah. How do you guys handle a long road trip? This is the longest road trip of the season for you guys. 3 hours almost, if not more, to Sterling. How do you handle a situation like that?
Just got to go into it and have our minds right, not try to get so tensed up right away, be a little loose going into it, but then closer to game, get really locked in and get hyped to go play our best ball.
Anything stand out to you about their defense with what you've seen thus far early on tape?
Well, they have a couple good defenders. They're super speedy on the line, and they get after it. They're all hustling and get to the ball and are always blitzing a lot. Like, they are very aggressive.
Sometimes when you make a transition and you transfer to a school, it's tough to fit in. It looked like you fit in right away. You have buddies on the team. Like, you guys connected and clicked. Was it pretty seamless for you?
Yeah, I know some guys from playing 7-on-7 with a couple of the QHS guys, and just coming in, they're really welcoming of me and just helped me get after it and just helped me out as much as they could.
Obviously, you had to make this transition twice, because when you moved here from Texas, you had to get adjusted to that. Is it easy for you to just kind of fit in and go, okay, I'm in a new spot, let's go get after it?
Yeah, I feel like I don't talk a lot. Like, I just kind of try to learn as much as I can and have people help me. Like, I try to just be nice. But I've kind of been used to it. I've moved around a lot in my life.
Nice. It's a Shuckman trait.
So I've been told.
How much have you enjoyed this season? 5-2. You guys are playing well right now. How much have you enjoyed football this season?
I've enjoyed it a lot. Just going to practice and hanging out with my friends and everyone, getting really close to the guys, and just each practice is super fun, and get to go out there and have fun with my friends.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if you can get to 7, there's a real chance that you're at home for a playoff game, and we know how special and important that environment has been in the first round. How much of that is in your mind, Hunter? Just knowing that if you have a home game, your chances increase for you to advance, and also it is a built-in advantage at Flynn Memorial Stadium.
It's super important to get those next 2 wins so we can have the home game, because obviously playing at home anyways is very good, so you don't have to travel and all that, and you know the people there, and you have more of the crowd with you.
With that said, I'm sure Coach Little's reminding you guys, don't focus on that.
Yeah.
Focus on Sterling this week. How much has that been the message since Friday night?
It's been a lot. Like, it's just each week has been just week by week. That's the most important game of the week or game of the year. Like, you got to take it week by week. You can't look too far ahead, otherwise you'll just overlooking your opponent.
Who's the one teammate who has surprised you? Somebody that's come out of the blue maybe, and you've gone, wow, he's really helping us, and I didn't expect that from him in the way he's done it.
I would say Sawyer, just because coming into it, he was obviously my competition and everything,
Right.
and then him just having the mentality, he just wants to be on the field and help the team. He goes out there as a receiver and just makes big plays. Like on Friday night, right before halftime, he had those 3 big catches to let us score.
The interesting thing with him is we knew he was fast. We knew he had some speed. We knew he had some skill. I think he's better defensively than any of us ever thought.
Yeah.
Have you seen that from him?
Yeah, you mean by like?
The way he plays on the defensive side of the ball. He's doing great things offensively, but he's made some plays defensively for you guys.
Yeah, he's just, no matter what, he's always getting after it and helping us out as much as he can.
So it's been this incredible journey for you to get to this point with all the changes that have gone on. I'm assuming, Hunter, when you look back at this, what is the moment that stands out for you that really lets you believe you belong here? You're a Blue Devil, and this is who you are now.
I think it was kind of the Alton game, because first game wasn't the greatest, but then Alton, we got out there and just helping me make plays, and especially that 99-yard touchdown just helped me get super excited, and everyone was there.
A record that will never be broken.
Never, ever. You're in the record books, no matter what. That's got to be a cool feeling.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah. Have you given any thought to what's next for you? Once football's over, once senior year's over, do you know what you want to do?
I don't know for sure. I think I want to go play football in college, but I also want to find the right fit for me because I believe I want to be like an engineer of some sort.
Okay.
So,
very
just
cool.
finding the right sort.
Well, you got 2 more weeks to engineer something special.
Nice. Look at you.
And you guys got a chance. Sterling this week, and then home for week 9 against Geneseo. You got to get after it, don't you?
Yes, sir. Each week you got to get after it, practice and everything, get ready.
Awesome, man. Thank you for taking the time to come in and join us. It's been fun watching you this year. And way to do the Shuckman name proud.
Thanks for having me.
For people who don't know, he is my cousin. So people probably figured we were related, but you got to let them know. So, awesome. Good luck this week at Sterling, and I'll see you next week against Geneseo.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. That's Hunter Shuckman, Quincy High School senior quarterback, joining us here in the CDS Office Technology Studio. Blue Devils, big game on the road this week at Sterling. What a cool place, though. One of the best facilities in the Big Six. Should be a fun week for them.
I tell you what, he is a young man, has handled everything that's been thrown his way and dealt with it. He touched on it. Start wasn't what he wanted and still found a way to bounce back after that Boonville game and find his rhythm. So he's done an incredible job.
Yep, 5-2. Blue Devils on the road this week. We'll talk more about their playoff scenario and all the other playoff scenarios when we come back. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
We're at the forefront. We're at the cutting edge of our industry right now.
Whether it's dry needling, blood flow restriction,
from performance prevention, therapy, all those aspects, it's all under one roof. I see huge returns as far as athletes getting better quicker.
Top 5 reasons you should choose
Blessing Raymond College.
Small classes, peer tutoring, and lots of personal attention.
Financial aid opportunities, including grants, scholarship, and loan forgiveness.
Successful outcomes, from pass rates to job placement.
Hands-on learning, clinical experience at multiple sites, and no wait list.
The Simulation Center.
Master clinical skills in this state-of-the-art facility.
Be ready for anything.
What are you waiting for?
Enroll with Blessing Raymond College today.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
The aging population has more needs and they respond really well to what we do.
You don't have to live in pain every day.
Whether it's pain, whether it's motion, whether it's strength, they have a better quality of life just by providing an intervention.
If you're not sure, just come in for a consultation.
Are you as excited as we are that football season is back? Then you need to make Jersey's your one-stop destination for mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, and all your local sporting events. So gather your crew and speed over to one of Jersey's 2 locations, 109 East Jefferson and Camp Point, or 115 East Main Street, Mount Sterling. Jersey's Bar and Grill, your hometown sports bar.
We love beer!
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, live from the CDS Office Technology Studios in downtown Quincy.
Welcome back. Matt Shuckman, Chris Dewar. Great interview with Hunter Shuckman. Really appreciate him coming into the studio.
He has handled everything that they've thrown at him,
yes.
including us tonight, throwing questions at him.
No doubt.
Done a really good job this year.
And you transfer from one school to another in town.
Which is not an easy thing for anybody to do.
He was the starter at Quincy Notre Dame, moves over to Quincy High, and you don't know, is he going to win the starting job? Because Sawyer Harshberger was the backup last year and had some experience, and he went out and won the job, and then they lose week 1, and people are going, well, wait a minute, is he the right guy? Unfortunately, there was some skepticism, but he's handled all of that, and like Sawyer Harshberger's found a role outside of being a quarterback.
Not really surprised that he has, though, as athletic
really
as he
good.
is. But you're right on defense. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
No, I didn't. And I figured he would be a factor offensively when they started putting him in at wide receiver and as a punt returner and some things like that on special teams because he is lightning quick.
Well, and he also gives Coach Luton some other options. Yep. You know how Brian likes to have the full palette of options with a second guy who can throw a football in the mix.
And we haven't seen that yet.
No, but we may.
But it's there.
No, we may.
I don't want to give away anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
But, there's possibilities there. And speaking of possibilities, we have a lot of teams with some playoff possibilities on our Illinois side of the ball.
We do. It's not very cut and dried in a lot of ways this year.
So, starting off, it is cut and dried for Camp Point Central. Number 1 ranked team in Class 1A. They're in. They're going to be 9-0. I can't see a slip up against 1-6 Pleasant Hill or 0-7 North Green.
Yeah, they're not getting a lot of great late season sparring from. Although Pleasant Hill is playing a little better.
Got its first win last week.
North Green is not great. I mean, there's just no way to put that out there. So, again, but Brad Dixon and those guys are veterans.
And they'll be ready.
They'll find a way to be ready come week 10.
We have 2 other teams already are guaranteed playoff spots because they've reached the 6-win plateau.
Mm-hmm.
Brown County's in at 6-1. Should win this week against North Green. Week 9 is going to get them playoff ready when they go to Calhoun.
I would think so. Yeah, I think that's probably the opposite of what Central is facing. You're getting as hard a test in week 9 as can be. And
Calhoun's 7-0 right now.
I think Brown County needs that, to be honest with you.
I agree. Macomb, 6-1, also already in the playoffs. And 2 games that I don't know if it's going to help them down the road. They got Elmwood Brimfield this week at 3-4, and then LVC in week 9, which is 0-7.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty ugly. Again, but they're going to be what? If you figure it out, they're probably an 8-1 team.
8-1 should get a first-round playoff game at home in Class 4A.
Where are they playing that game if they're at home?
Oh, the Tarmac.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, love the Tarmac.
I know you do.
Love the Tarmac. Okay, then we have 3 teams sitting at 5-2. 5 wins qualifies you for the postseason. Does not guarantee it because the weird thing about Illinois is those bottom-tier teams, if you don't have enough playoff points at 5-4, could potentially get bumped out. Or a 4-5 with a lot of playoff points could potentially get bumped in. So that'll be determined here in the next couple weeks. But all 3 of these teams have a chance to win and improve their seeding, improve their spot. Rushville Industry being one of those. Got 2, 3, and 4 teams left on the schedule, Abingdon, Avon, and Havana.
2 teams that they should beat, and the way they're playing right now, I think they will.
Correct.
Which would make them a very inviting 7-2 potential home first round 7-2, based on their playoff points and where we think they're going to be.
We just talked to Hunter Shuckman about Quincy High School's situation. Blue Devils are sitting 5-2. Go to Sterling this week. Sterling's 4-3, fighting it for its playoff life. Then come home for Week 9 at Flynn Stadium against Geneseo, which is 5-2 and just beat Sterling 31-10. So
I think this is the week that matters. And,
yes.
Hunter touched on it.
Yeah.
You touched on it about Rick. Most important week of the season. That's actually really the case. That's
Yeah.
not lip service
No, it's
for the
not.
Blue Devils this week. And as you touched on, if you are the Blue Devils, you know that if you win a playoff game, you're going to have to be on the road at some point. This is great dress rehearsal time, making this road trip going.
No question.
Going in Week 8.
Because your playoff road trip is going to be a long one.
Yes.
So, yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's our 5-2 teams.
Okay.
Now we have 3 teams left that haven't qualified for the playoffs, but still have a chance, including
Did
2.
you mention Quincy Notre Dame yet?
Oh, did I skip them?
I think you skipped the Raiders.
I didn't mean to. I apologize. I was going down my list, and in my head I had mentioned them. Quincy Notre Dame sitting at 5-2.
Thank you.
I saw them last Friday night against Jacksonville, and I apologize. Please don't be mad at me, Raider Nation.
No, they won't be. They love you. But
well, we're gonna
mention this because it's important.
It is, because they play Lincoln this week on Saturday. It's a Saturday afternoon game. They're going to beat Lincoln. Lincoln's 1-6. Lincoln's not very good.
Week 9 is super interesting.
Yes, it is. At Advanced Physical Therapy Field, Decatur MacArthur comes to town. Decatur MacArthur sitting at 5-2 right now. Ton of athletes playing well. Again, how do you get ready for the playoffs? You play a great team in Week 9, and that's what Quincy Notre Dame's going to do. It's going to have a playoff caliber game in Week 9.
Literally, iron sharpens iron, as Jack always likes to say. So I think they're set up very nicely. Again, they will take care of the playoff qualification this week on the road against the Lincoln team that is not very good.
Correct.
I'm anxious to see what they do in Week 9 because I think that
too.
feels very much like a state quarterfinal level type of talent-wise opponent.
Well, and getting to 7-2 is vitally important for where you fall in the bracket.
It is.
And
we have seen, 7-2 could yield a home, a home date. So we'll see.
It could.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my checks and balances.
Hey, no, I'm here for you, buddy.
It all goes through the head.
I know how that works.
Okay, now we're down to 3 teams that have yet to qualify for the postseason. 2 of which are sitting at 4-3, West Hancock and Unity Payson.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a third in Illini West, which is sitting at 3-4. Now, West Hancock, I think they get to 6 wins. They got Bureau Valley this week, which is 1-6. They close the regular season against Walter Christian, which is 2-5.
I think they really need this. And I'm not saying Bureau Valley is the best team in the world, but Bureau Valley is a little bit dangerous. We saw the resistance they put up against Illini West last week.
Yep.
This is one that if you want to be perceived as a legitimate playoff team and threat, and remember, that's a large leap forward for Cord Dorothy and his crew for what they've been the last couple of years. I mean, we've gone into Week 8 looking for win number 1 with this crew.
No doubt.
So this is a big week for them, and this is maybe one of the most important games on the Illinois schedule this week.
Especially when you look at, not only have they struggled to get to 1 win or 2 wins the last few years, getting to the playoffs, doing everything they've done so well this year, especially with certain players that are underclassmen.
Right.
A Chandler Dayton, who's a junior.
Right.
And you look at some of those. Hunter Froman's a junior. You look at some of those, and it's like, whoa.
Well, and you also hope some of those seniors that are there, this rubs off, because I know you saw the highlight of Ryan Horn absolutely mauling somebody on social media. That's the kind of tone setting that has been lacking on their offensive line.
No doubt.
And now they have that guy, and maybe that starts to build forward.
And that's the point I was getting to. Yeah, this isn't just get to the playoffs this year. This is how do we build this and sustain it in the future. And that's the trajectory they're on.
Right.
Unity Payson, Sawyer Allen's situation with the wrist injury, don't know how that's going to play out. They've got to make some adjustments quick because neither game's easy that's left on their schedule. Winchester West Central
Who's
this
fighting
week,
for their own playoff lives
they're
this
3
week.
and 4.
They've got to win too.
And Greenfield Northwestern sitting at 4-3,
which is probably going to be in close to the same position.
Yep.
So that's not an easy run. You just lost your transformational alpha quarterback who you've built everything around.
Yep.
I think we're going to see what happens with the rest of these guys and how ready they are to step up, because I do think Unity Payson is a very talented football team.
I do too.
I think they can do a lot of things, and maybe the overemphasis on Sawyer Allen goes the other way now, and these guys step into the window, and we see who's who.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Illini West, 2 winnable games to close the season. This week, it's Monmouth United sitting at 1-6. That gets you to 4-4. Then you've got Elmwood Brimfield, which will probably be 3-5 because they're playing Macomb this week.
Yeah.
So they'll be out of the playoff picture, but could they be a spoiler for Illini West, or could Illini West take care of business and get to 5-4 and get in the playoffs? Something we probably didn't see when they went through their struggles.
Well, I think Illini West remains one of the more fascinating what-if teams in our area. And now the time is here to be the team or not, because that's what it boils down to at this point. So it's a pretty good run of playoff teams.
I mean, I think when the season began, some of these teams we looked at and went, yeah, they're going to be playoff teams.
Right.
But we have 9 teams potentially all going to get in. That's a big, for our area, that's a big number than we've seen in the past.
And what do you think the over-under is on the number of teams that get in? I'd say comfortably 7.
I think 7 are in my opinion.
Okay.
There's 2 that I sit there and go, what are they going to do? Unity Payson and Illini West.
Right.
And now, if they both get to 5, they're going to get in. It's going to be a tough draw if they get in because they're going to get a 9-0 then.
Brutally tough, yes.
You know, but if you get in, you still have qualified for the playoffs.
And
You've done something special.
Yes.
You have a shot. All you got to do is get in. And we've seen 5-4 teams do some crazy things. We've seen a 4-5 team win in the playoffs.
We have. Against a 9-0.
Yeah, against a 9-0. So anything's possible once you get in. As you look down that list, who's the last team standing?
From that list,
Yeah.
I think it's Camp Point Central at this point is the safe answer. Macomb, there's so much
I'm
intrigue
intrigued.
with
Yes,
that team.
I agree.
You know, and like Caden Nupp went 8 of 8 passing this week. I mean, it seems like somebody just keeps stepping up in different spots for them. And just when you want to write them off, or you think that maybe they're a little artificial, they just keep finding a way. That's a skill. Finding a way to win games when nobody thinks you will, or when things go against you and they still find a way to win a game, that's a skill.
And they had a lead in the fourth quarter against a state-ranked team. Now, I know they lost that game to Farmington, but they had the lead in the fourth quarter. They're right there.
There's no Drew Watson in that game at that point.
Yep.
You know, you can't tell me that Jackson Gronwald doesn't get pushed out of bounds at some point by Drew Watson coming around, and that 87-yard touchdown, which flipped the entire game, maybe doesn't happen, at least at that point.
So it's going to be really interesting. I think I'm going to be bold right at this moment. Camp Point Central is in the state title game.
I think the lower side of the bracket is the place to be at. Then you start getting into the question is, can they win?
Yeah, who's going to come out of the north? Is it going to be Lena Winslow? Is it going to be Stockton?
I think those two teams are both incredibly scary teams. But, again, we've seen Central shock the world before.
Yep.
So I don't know. And I'm not writing off Brown County yet.
I'm not either.
I don't know that losing that game might not have been the best thing that could have happened to them if they use it right. And Tom Little is a guy who has a tendency to do that.
Yeah.
But you got to get back to Brown County, stomp them out football.
But they have a litmus test before the playoffs that's going to tell us a lot.
Well, it will.
And going to Calhoun. It's not Calhoun coming to Brown County. You got to go there and play, which is not easy.
Super hard place to play, long road trip, very hostile crowd. Yeah, it's everything.
So it's going to be interesting. And I'm real anxious to see what Quincy High and Quincy Notre Dame do. Can they get to 7? Can they potentially get a home game? Here's the thing. Not getting a first-round home game isn't a death sentence.
It's not.
Because more than likely, if you go on the road and you win that game, you're coming home week 2.
Here's the other thing about Quincy Notre Dame, per se.
Yeah.
Because of all that length in their receiving core, because of some of the physicality they have, and because they're kind of a different football team, they are going to be a matchup nightmare for anybody.
No doubt.
So on a one-on-one chance, and you've got playmakers like they've got with the size that they've got, it's playmakers with size that really distinguish them.
How much fun would it be, a 4A bracket that has Quincy Notre Dame, Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, and Rochester, all in a quadrant of 8 where you know you're going to run into, those 3 are going to run into each other somewhere, shape, or form.
Oh, I think all of us and all of our friends over in Central State 8 land are all going to be just tickled pink if we get that scenario.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would
be a lot of fun. So there's your Illinois playoff scenarios going into week 8. We'll break it down again a little more for you next week after we see what shakes out this week. And a week from Saturday, we're less than 2 weeks away. A week from Saturday, will be the IHSA playoff pairing show. We'll know that night where everybody goes.
Where is the season gone, dude?
I don't know.
It's week 8, and next Saturday, we're announcing playoff pairings.
Like I was saying earlier, we're already into basketball season.
It's insane.
You know, the SEC Media Days are going on. Abby Schreck, Quincy Northern graduate, is going to be one of the Mizzou players at the SEC Media Days. We've got exhibition games as early as next week, scrimmages and that kind of stuff on the college level. Wow.
Did you see Kelly Harper starting to get it going recruiting-wise a little bit, too? Could be interesting.
She's a good coach.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see what happens. All right, we have more football talk coming up. Let's make an adjustment.
Oh, I think it's time to make an adjustment.
And you have an adjustment.
We do, from our friends at Justin Chiropractic.
So,
Dr. J, Justin Felsman.
You can look forward to that when we come back. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Does the thought of retirement overwhelm you? You are not alone. For over 25 years, Benson Financial Group has helped people just like you craft a plan to retire with purpose. Call us today in Quincy and Hannibal.
We're Excel Physical Therapy locations in Quincy and Hannibal.
You know, word of mouth has been really powerful. It always will be.
We built that from relationships.
Not only do we have great clinicians, but we have great people.
This is the best group of therapists I've ever worked with.
That's an advantage.
For 135 years, State Street Bank has stood as a pillar of trust and stability in Quincy, Illinois. For generations, families have trusted State Street Bank to be part of their biggest moments. We look forward to the future with gratitude and excitement. Thank you for being part of our journey. State Street Bank, 135 years of banking you can trust.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
I think people here in the Quincy area are wanting something different. You know, people have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to get into a provider.
Being independent allows us to do things differently. It's one of the things we've prided ourselves on, is getting people in the door quickly.
That's an advantage. It's made us better.
Not sure you're ready for retirement? With over 25 years of experience, the team at Benson Financial Group will meet you right where you are and craft a plan that's right for you. Call us today in Quincy and Hannibal.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, live from the CDS Office Technology Studios in downtown Quincy.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights. Matt Shugman, Chris Dewar. Muddy Night Lights powered by Farm and Home Supply. Can't forget our good sponsors.
No, we can't. Speaking of that, we've got adjustments to make.
We do. And every week, coaches make adjustments. Teams make adjustments. Dr. J makes adjustments.
He does that for a living.
He does. So let's go to the adjustment of the week.
And let's set it up for you.
Go ahead.
Knox County versus North Shelby. Very good back and forth game in the early going.
Yes.
Both teams doing what they do at that point, kind of trading blows back and forth as they did. And then all of a sudden, Bruce Vanoy reaches deep into, do you like the exotics, Matt Shuckman?
I do.
Yeah, the exotic package, and pulled out the double pass, which one of my all-time favorite
Did you
wrinkles.
see it coming?
I did not. I kind of bit, and you will see on the video, I kind of bit slow on the screen pass.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the screen pass goes from Cooper Clare to Carson Hayes. I didn't know Carson Hayes had that kind of arm. Really nice
really
arm.
good arm.
Yes.
And the quick pass. I mean, it was snap. Did he even take a step? Did Cooper Clare even take a step? I think it was just turn the shoulders and go.
Shoulders, fire it out there, and like Carson, and everybody converged.
Yeah.
And that's why it worked. So the adjustment of the game was going with something a little different, throwing a little wrinkle at North Shelby. And, obviously when you're Bruce Vanoy and you're playing against North Shelby, you kind of want to stick that needle in just a little bit because you have that ability, and, you let your old alumni friends know you're out there and still doing well. So this was a heck of a play call. And without any further ado, thanks to Dr. J, here is your adjustment of the game.
Tired of that old sports injury taking you out of the game? Give us a call at Adjusting Chiropractic to see if we can help you get back to living your life and doing the things that you love and enjoy doing. Now back to the guys. Here's the play that adjusted the outcome of the game.
So wasn't expecting a lot of screen action, obviously, with the way everybody was running and a lot of the whole Cooper Clare tuck it and run stuff, which he does incredibly well. 6 touchdowns this week, by the way. Not a bad week at the office for that young man. No. Really a nice play. Very well-designed play that worked. Now, if you saw over in the corner, there was a flag.
You saw, I saw on my computer screen, I paused it because I was going to ask you about it because I could see the sideline official throw a flag on that play.
There had been 2 previous plays, big plays by Cooper Clare that had already been pulled off the board. Okay. So the Knox County fans were ready to think that they were getting jobbed.
So what was the
sideline violation at that particular time?
Okay.
So it had nothing to do with the play itself. Okay. The play was good.
Well,
and
I knew the play had gone through and had been ruled a touchdown and all that.
But
so when I saw the flag, I'm like, what?
Matt Shuckman for catching that flag coming out of nowhere. So you're getting really good at this video thing.
Well, I'm trying. I'm learning. So
that was sort of the setup.
That was a huge play.
It was a gigantic play, and I think at that point, Knox County, you could see them shift into, hey, we're going to win this game mode at that point, which, again, now 7-0 on the season, maybe the most surprising 7-0 team in our area.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, I think so. Did you get a chance to talk to Bruce Vanoy afterward and find out a little bit more? Was that planned? Was that in the back pocket all along?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did not get a chance. By that time, it was already 9:30, and we had just ended the first half. And I stayed pretty late in North Shelby, and I figured the way that game was going, I was going to be there till midnight.
Yes.
Because 8-man football takes some time to contest.
Okay. In all honesty and in all fairness, I have not paid much attention to 8-man football on either side of the river.
Okay.
Through some, obviously North Shelby and Knox County weren't part of the Muddy River Sports coverage area until this year.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, I haven't paid a lot of attention to 8-man football. How good is Knox County?
I think they're legitimately very, very good.
Okay.
I think they're a team that they're as good as last year's North Shelby team was. I will tell you that at this point. Do they have a player as good as Gannon Bowen on defense? I don't know. But man, they're balanced. And their size, they're kind of almost the 8-man version of Brown County in that their size up front allows them to pound people. Okay. And we saw North Shelby kind of tire out in the second half. North Shelby didn't score in the second half of that game.
Right.
So I think they're legit. They did play Paris without Paris's best defender, and they beat North Shelby without North Shelby's best defender. So, there's going to be the question mark when we get to the district. Okay, what's it going to look like this time around?
You've been all in on the 8-man football front. Obviously, you covered it wholeheartedly while you were at the TV station and those kind of things. Aside from 3 less players and aside from a smaller field, what's the most unique thing about 8-man football?
It's really hard to play defense. That would be the most unique thing. Now, I would tell you the most advantageous thing here is these smaller schools. If you lose one offensive lineman, one good offensive lineman at a small school, like a Class 1 level school, you're doomed. Because you at a small school can't replace a kid like that.
Right.
Here, with the lesser number of linemen that are in play, although you saw North Shelby had 5 offensive linemen on the front line, running Drake Prang behind him, just like a traditional offense. here
that's the Ken O'Loughlin touch.
Yes, Ken O'Loughlin is still Ken O'Loughlin
Yes.
at heart. Yes, but you see that you have some protection from injuries that are debilitating to smaller schools, which I think is the great thing about 8-man football. And if you have 2 really good linemen, you have a chance to be really, really good, which is like having 4 really good linemen at the 11-man level.
Okay.
So again, I think. Does all of the stuff translate in 8-man? No, I don't know that Cooper Clare's hesitation step works as well at the 11-man level, where you've got 3 more defenders who can close in on you.
Yeah.
But at the 8-man level, where he's exploiting space, where Gannon Bowen was exploiting space, it's pretty special.
My thing with 8-man football, and what I like about it, is it gives kids an opportunity to play the game.
Yes.
Who may not get that opportunity. You look at on the Illinois side, for example, or even on the Missouri side, kids at Canton aren't getting a chance to play. Could there be a co-op situation with a Highland? Sure, those things could be discussed. Liberty, obviously we got Payson joining Unity. Could Liberty join in that in a sense? Yes. But some of these schools are going, look, that's okay. We're going to go 8-man. We're going to give our kids an opportunity to play the game they love, even though it's not at the same level as some of the other schools. They're still getting the opportunity to play.
It preserves the idea that football still matters
Yep.
at a school that's smaller in enrollment. And look at what it's done for like North Shelby. We remember North Shelby was mired in the longest losing streak in the state.
I remember writing a story one year that they had like 14 kids playing football.
And you can't do that. But
No.
at the 8-man level, you sure can. And you can skate by with that. And I think, you and I both love football. And one of the things that matter to us is that football continues to matter. It's one of the last places in the world that you can't legislate adversity out of kids' lives, though the fact that we as a society have tried to do that at every level.
No doubt.
You can retake a final you screw up, but you can't re-legislate a football game.
Yeah, because if you lose at the end of the night, you don't get a do-over.
No, you don't get a do-over. You can't complain to the teacher or the guidance counselor and say, oh, but this test was unfair. Football's unfair. Life's unfair. It's a really good rubric. So I love the fact that 8-man football is starting to thrive, and the more small schools that can adopt it, I say the better.
Awesome. Good stuff. That was your Adjusting Chiropractic Adjustment of the Week. I like that segment.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's been fun for us to do some analysis. So, which we enjoy doing. So, thanks to Dr. J for making that possible.
No doubt about it. And you can check out more of that online. We'll get it posted tomorrow on our website. So if you want to go back and rewatch it, and you can always go back and rewatch Monday Night Lights anytime because we catalog everything.
I like to go back and watch the Shuck 'em Up play of the week,
and
so I can see Jeremy throw up the dust every week. That's kind of my thing.
And in about a little less than an hour, you get to see that again.
Do we have a good one this week?
We do have a good one this week.
I'm going to be hit totally unawares by what you picked this week.
So yeah, because you weren't here.
No, I wasn't here when you made the pick, so I'm excited to see what you grabbed.
It'll be fun. That's coming up in hour number 2. We are already through hour number 1, and we're going to kick off hour number 2 with Palmyra coach Justin Hutchings on the Hess Auto Agency hotline. So stick around. This is Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Area Distributors is a provider of products and services in the restaurant environment, the school environment, the factory environment, the office environment, and in healthcare settings.
That's the value of Area Distributors, is that we help our customers out by providing them more product as one distributor.
I can tell you, if you call us and have a need, you're going to get timely response.
It's all about passion.
Decade after decade, Farm and Home Supply has been the place families turn for jeans that last. For style or for work, our jeans are made for every walk of life. Generation after generation, denim runs in the family at Farm and Home Supply.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough Districts Hospital.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, Muddy River Sports Director Chris Dewar, around for hour number 2, and you're on time for hour number 2.
I'm sorry about that. I was trying to get us some extra content tonight. It all failed miserably. I'm having a Monday, my man.
Hey, it happens. I covered for you.
Nah, you did good, as you always do.
I try.
Yes.
I try. No. Oh, yeah. Again, that's what happens in our business, though. When stories break or news happens, you got to go kind of chase it, and yeah, that's just part of the job.
It's part of the daily fun. It's never the same day twice.
Well, we're going to go straight to the Hess Auto Agency hotline because we got a coach to talk to, whose game you're going to be at this week.
I am. I'm looking very much forward to this.
It's a fun Clarence Cannon Conference battle coming up Friday night in the Flower City. Palmyra coach Justin Hutchins join us on the Hess Auto Agency hotline. Coach, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
We're wonderful. And I assume the Panthers are doing pretty well after scoring 82 points last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to bounce back from especially a hard-fought game the week before and come out and perform at a decent level.
What was it that got you guys going last week that led to such an offensive outburst?
I don't know. We just stuck to our basics, and I don't know what was going on, but it seemed like the first quarter took about 45 minutes. But we just stuck to our basic stuff that we've been doing all year, and we were playing really well offensively, and everything was clicking. Our line was dominating, and I was pretty proud of our guys' effort.
Justin, what did you learn about your team after the Monroe City game? I mean, that's a team that has some unique pieces, and obviously, before we even get to the rivalry itself with Monroe, they're a team that can test you in a lot of ways. What did you figure out in the aftermath of that you can get better from?
Well, first I figured out we're a pretty dang good football team.
You are.
And second, I kind of wanted to see, obviously being my first year up here, and I'm trying to learn and figure out kids and figure out how we're going to react and how we can bounce back and everything. And those guys were laser focused that next week. We're concentrating everything and making sure we had a good game plan in, and they were ready to go immediately. So, I mean, we got off the bus, and I could tell we were pretty locked in and ready to play a football game.
How pleased are you right now with the way your offensive line continues to improve, continues to get better, and play physical?
I'm like any coach would be super happy to have a O-line like that. They work extremely hard. They are the unsung heroes of our football team, and they ask a lot of questions, and they try to figure everything out. We can make adjustments on the fly, and they adapt to it very well. They make their own adjustments, and we're very comfortable with them doing that, just because of a lot of the senior leadership and just a lot of the experience that they have already. And so they kind of understand how things work and what we can and can't do. And I mean, one time they were on the sideline rubbing their stomachs, telling me to call belly, and I'm like, okay, so I call it, and it busts like a 20-yard touchdown run. So, I mean, I trust those guys a lot, and our whole team does, and they're a great group of kids.
We know some of those guys are pretty smart in the classroom. They're also pretty football savvy, aren't they?
Absolutely. They study the game. They're definitely men of the game. They watch a lot of film. They can talk to me and break things down throughout the week. And then on Fridays, like my big thing is, hey, talk to me and let me know what you're seeing, what we can do. And they're right there with it, and they have all the things figured out, and they do a great job.
I was just actually admiring your picture behind us here. Man, you look good in that picture, Coach. While we're on the subject of your offensive line, I could make a really good argument that they are facing the most physical and imposing defensive line you've seen yet this season. Centralia is no joke up front, obviously, and they're a load to tangle with, and they've got linebackers who can run everywhere. What stands out to you going into this gigantic matchup with Centralia this week about where their threat levels are defensively?
Yeah, it's definitely their size. They're a bunch of big boys. I mean, we're preaching to them. We got to stay low, fire off, and then hit them in the mouth, just like we do every other person every other week. And we got to set the tempo up front and allow our backs and our quarterback to make all the plays and good decisions.
You also are facing one of the more unique offenses you'll see all season long, which I know Coach Huffman probably has been scheming up like a madman to try to take on this, what almost looks like a single wing at times from time to time with what they do. But just the uniqueness of that challenge this week, that is something different, is it not?
Oh, big time. When you see unique offenses like that, it's always a wrinkle, especially as a coach, and you're used to just kind of, I wouldn't say basic offenses, but just like common things that everyone sees, and then you see a double quarterback, wing / super tight fullback offense, and it's off balanced, and they got their backside tackles a tight end, and you're like sitting there like, what the heck am I gonna do? But yeah, me and Coach Huff, we were at my house on Saturday, and we were talking a lot about things, and I trust him to get the job done, and he does a phenomenal job with our kids, and I know he's gonna have something for them.
There's no really good way to describe that offense. I
thought Justin did about as good as you could there.
Yeah, exactly, because it's unique.
Yes, it is.
How much for your
false key.
Yeah, well, but for your guys, how challenging is this week? I know Coach Huffman will have them ready. He'll have a game plan. But for them to adjust week to week in what they do, to adjust to this week, how tough is that on your guys?
We try to make it as not tough as possible. We try to make it easy with our rules so they can play fast and free. And with that offense, you have to be super disciplined. Like, you have to. Like, if you overstep anything, they're going back the other way. There's cutback lanes. There's all sorts of crap going around back there. So we got to make sure we're disciplined and not taking them for granted.
Your first year in the CCC has been fun.
Oh, yeah.
For you and your program. But you've had a chance to be in a Monroe City battle. Now you get a chance to be in a Centralia battle. How much have you enjoyed being part of the CCC this year as a head coach?
Oh, I mean, what a conference. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of tough teams, a lot of tough games. It's been unbelievable, the level of football up here, and it's been great.
It really is a good run through for you guys for the district as well, I think, at this point, which, again, I think you've been such a pleasant surprise to a lot of people. And, I don't know that anybody expected this level of success right off the bat, except for maybe you guys in ranks. The confidence of your kids is just a little bit different this year, which it's hard to put your finger on it, but there is sort of a swagger to your kids, is there not?
Yeah, I just think, we kind of have a chip on our shoulder. I know a lot of those guys do, for sure. I mean, we talked about this before. Like, we've been, they've been kind of taking it, getting hit in the mouth a lot the last couple of years, and they've been playing for the last 2 or 3 years, and they really have something to prove, and they want to prove it to people. I know guys like Colby, they want to come out and have a great senior year, and Rylan and Rayson and all those guys, and they really want to show people what Palmyra football's about and how we're going to bounce back. So,
well, you and I talked about a month ago now about your why, and JT Thomas's injury gave you guys another why to play for, and the outpouring of support over the last month has just been incredible, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. That's actually where I'm at right now. I'm visiting him right now. I'm in the lobby doing the interview, and we just got up here a little bit ago, and we're able to see him and talk to him, and he's improving and getting better, and it's truly a blessing.
How inspiring is that for you, for your players, for the community to see his progress day in and day out?
I mean, what a kid. I mean, we all love him. He's a tough kid. He's a great man. And man, he motivates us every single day. I mean, we FaceTime him after the games, and I'm sure they FaceTime him during half times and stuff. Sometimes I'm busy doing other things and yelling at people or whatever, but he's constant. He's a constant inspiration for us every single day. We're always thinking about him.
Well, and the neat thing for me watching the social media posts and stuff, it hasn't just been the Northeast Missouri community or the West Central Illinois community or this area. People from all over the place have reached out to him, his family, and you guys.
Celebrities.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's truly unbelievable. I get texts from just college buddies that I've been with, and they'll say, "Hey, I got so-and-so. They're going to give them a call or going to send them this or do that." And then all of a sudden I get a call from a Kansas City Chiefs guy. I'm like, what the heck? And then I get a video from an Alabama player or LSU player. I'm like, holy cow, this is unreal. Like, he's just so loved, and his story's getting out there, and everyone's supporting him everywhere, and it's beautiful.
So even though you're not in his room right now, is he watching us while you're out
they're
there?
listening in there right now, making sure I don't mess up.
Hey, it's good to have that kind of guys holding you accountable there, Coach.
Well,
oh yeah,
that's pretty. JT, since you are watching and listening, we're thinking about you as always, praying for you. And one of these days, I want to come visit. So I know we've talked about that, trying to figure that out. I wanted to give you time to recover. But, Coach, I think he's almost close to being up for that, isn't he?
I think so. I think we're getting there. Every day, it just seems like he's fighting and getting better. So, I mean, hopefully that could happen soon.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we're certainly proud of that fight, and obviously proud of the fight in your team. You're going to be the epicenter of a lot of attention this week. That's got to be a fun place to be at this particular point for your guys, because they sure have earned it.
Absolutely. It's just a great opportunity. I mean, last week solidified our first winning season in the last 5 years. And offensively, we're rolling right now, and we have over 2,300 yards rushing, and these guys have bought in and have worked so hard for me, and I kind of have a greater group of young men that I get to coach right now, and a great group of coaches that I get to coach with. I mean, what a staff I have. They really do a great job for me, and they help me out with so much that people don't understand, and then what support I have from our great community and my wife and my sons, and just everybody around me is just supportive, and it's truly amazing.
Well, we'll let you get back to hanging out with JT, give him our best, and good luck this week against Centralia. And we really appreciate you taking time to join us tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, Hutch.
Yep.
That was Palmyra coach Justin Hutchings joining us on the Hess Auto Agency hotline. That's cool that he's there in Columbia visiting JT and had a chance to.
Oh, they've burned up a lot of roadways between
have.
Palmyra and Columbia the last couple of weeks. And again, I think even before all of this happened, we were talking about what a great kid JT was before we even got to the unfortunate injury. And it's good to see faith being rewarded here in the progress that he's making. It's great to see humanity being at play here from every level of life, that people care about a kid who was just trying to play a game.
Did you see his brother made it to the Clark County game?
I did.
And was there.
I did.
That's neat.
That's very, very cool.
So good luck, JT. We're thinking about you, praying for you. And I think the Panthers have a chance to get it done against the Panthers this week.
If you're looking at score compare, if you're looking at score compare, Monroe City, the level of separation between Monroe City, Centralia, and Palmyra is not all that much.
It's not. So it's going to be a great night in Palmyra and in the Flower City on Friday night.
Can't wait. Should be some fun highlights.
It's also going to be fun next Saturday in Stokes Stadium in Kirksville
Is there a game?
There's a rivalry game.
Oh.
And we're going to talk about that rivalry game and who knows what else when we come back because Brad Boyer's going to join us.
The legend himself?
The legend himself, the voice of Truman State Athletics.
He is the man.
So stick around. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships? It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care, from state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Meet us at the Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
The home of Quincy's best cheeseburger is now under new ownership. All our time-tested menu items, along with some great new additions, all cooked on our perfectly seasoned grill, are waiting for you.
New wings and new sauces.
Ice cold buckets at some of the best prices in town.
Or even in a frosted mug.
Corner bar comfort for your favorite game on 7 big screens. Or play your own game and win big.
The Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
I think people here in the Quincy area are wanting something different. You know, people have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to get into a provider.
Being independent allows us to do things differently. It's one of the things we've prided ourselves on is getting people in the door quickly.
We can really help those student athletes.
That might be the difference between getting in a game versus not getting in a game.
And not just if there's been an injury. We can help them get stronger.
Having the relationship with Excel Performance Health and Wellness is a game changer.
I don't really think there's anything like it in the area.
That's an advantage. It's made us better.
For 135 years, State Street Bank has stood as a pillar of trust and stability in Quincy, Illinois. For generations, families have trusted State Street Bank to be part of their biggest moments. We look forward to the future with gratitude and excitement. Thank you for being part of our journey. State Street Bank, 135 years of banking you can trust.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, live from the CDS Office Technology Studios in downtown Quincy.
Welcome back. Chris Dewar, Matt Shuckman, hanging out here in the CDS Office Technology Studio. It's been a fun night so far.
It is, and we get to take a little break from the high school scene right now and talk a really big rivalry game coming up on Saturday.
Love this game, love the rivalry. Had a couple conversations already this week with Jason Kilday about this game. Because the Quincy University football team is loading up the bus and heading over Highway 6.
A place that Jason Kilday knows very, very well.
He does, and he knows the guy we're about to talk to very well because...
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Because he is a legend.
And truly, there is no underselling that. There's nobody better than Brad Boyer. He's a Hall of Famer. There's nobody better than Brad Boyer.
The voice of Truman State Athletics and Nemo Press Box's Brad Boyer joining us now on the Hess Auto Agency Hotline. What's up, Brad?
Is that the guest fee, that flowery introduction? Is that it?
Well, I mean, we could go on.
I was going to say, you want us to keep throwing laurels your way? We can.
Well, here's what we wouldn't have thought of a few years ago. We are brothers in the digital media. Who would have thought that?
Holy cow.
No doubt. That's
But that's a really good place to start, Brad, because people, I mean, when you were gone, it was like the apocalypse had hit, that whole neck of Northeast Missouri at that point, and you've landed on your feet so well. I know the Lord works in mysterious ways, but does it feel like now this is the right thing, that you landed where you were supposed to land?
Yeah, no, I don't doubt his plan, and I tell people I still work late nights, but I'm not burning the candle at both ends. And the pace, it's just a different pace, and I love kind of being able with JB and Austin to call the shots. We're not limited. And don't get me wrong, I loved what I did for all those years, and the news side and hosting a talk show in the mornings, and the hustle of severe weather coverage and all the things that we did at Crest. But, to get dialed in on the schools and try to continue to make an impact in that area, not just with games, but, man, I mean, I'm getting to engage in interviews with students that just have great stories to tell in our always. And I'm loving it. If this is the taking the baton of the 4x100 last leg to sprint to the end, I think I'm going to like it.
Well, the great thing is, and what we both have done here at our different platforms is, it's the same thing. It's a different platform, but we're still telling stories of the student athletes and putting a spotlight on where it belongs, on the kids.
And for me, you're right. And for me, it's been refreshing. When I started, it was all about high school, and Truman State wasn't a part of the deal. And then in the mid-'90s, Truman came about, and then, that kind of changed my direction a little bit as to what I was able to do. And I have so much enjoyed that part of, the relationships I've built through Truman State, the GLVC, the MIAA before that, Division II. I've loved that as well, and I'm glad that I get to keep doing it, albeit it's now just home games. We don't travel with the team now, but that I get to stay involved. But for me now with Nemo Press Box, I'm kind of going back to the 100-degree gyms on Saturday night championship tournament night, and just the raucous crowds and softball. I've probably done more softball games in the last 2 seasons than I'd previously done. So it's been a chance to kind of get back to the roots and the simplicity and the beauty of high school sports.
Brad, with your time, though, spent covering Truman State, dating all the way back to the late, great John Ware, all the way to today, one of the things that has always kind of been envious from this standpoint, looking across the way at Truman State, has been the consistency of the great coaches that you've had over there, and the program being able to continue to evolve and being passed from hand to hand. You have to feel pretty blessed with the fact that you arrived on the scene with Truman State football when it got really fun.
Well, I was thinking about my first year at Truman. By the way, I wasn't around when Don Farrow coached. I
didn't. Anyway, I would not accuse you of that.
John Ware, what a beautiful man. He was a mountain of a man. He was a world-renowned weightlifter, and yet soft-spoken, although just the deepest voice, James Earl Jones-esque. But
yes.
he was well read, he was well spoken, and I miss him. We lost him soon after he left Truman. Interestingly enough, Missouri Southern did a great 20-year tribute a couple of weeks ago that my partner Hank Jansen and some others got to be a part of by video. So I was happy for that. But my first year was Jared Anderson's senior year. He was a Harlan Hill.
Yeah.
He was a Harlan Hill winner. Yeah, so it's basically the Division II Heisman Trophy.
Yep.
And you talk about coming in at the right time. He was spectacular. I would have loved to have been his agent to get him a pro deal, because somebody missed on that. And I think he's still over at Springfield, Illinois. He comes over to games. Who knows? He may be over for the Quincy game since it's homecoming. But one of the most dynamic players that I've ever seen. And then to follow that up, a couple decades later with Cody Schrader and his amazing story at Truman State. Yeah. Coaches, they don't come better than Greg Nesbitt. And I was thinking about, and Kellen's right behind now that he's the caretaker of the program. But when I was thinking about this Quincy-Truman matchup, yeah, there's rivalry. But I'm telling you, if you get to know these coaches, it's hard not to like either one of these teams.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, these are top. These programs are in good hands, and I don't know what the result will be, but I very much respect Jason Kilday, and I got to know him, some, and I know he reached out when what happened as far as my job situation, and then Kellen has just picked up where his dad left off, and the consistency of Bulldog football is you can just count on it. It's somebody asked me the other day, well, how are the Bulldogs? And I said, well, you can pencil in anywhere from 7-4 to 9-2 usually. I mean, it's just kind of where we're at right now. I know the elusive NCAA playoffs. We have not been there since '94, but hey, a lot of people would sign up for the consistent winning that the Bulldogs have had. And the recent run of getting to play in the America's Crossroads Bowl.
There's a lot of people here in the Gem City that would kill for that kind of consistency.
Amen.
And right now, Jason Kilday is working toward that.
He is.
And you can see it coming. It's going to take time, but you can see it coming. And that's a credit to what Coach Nesbitt did, and now Coach Nesbitt. The funny part, Brad, is I've known Kellen since he was a kid because I've known Greg since his days of coaching at Columbia Hickman and prior to that with the Hannibal days and everything, and it's fun to see the next generation take over and keep the consistency.
Yeah, and he gets to create his own coaching staff, and that takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight, and it was a slow start last year, and you think you got it until the whistle blows, and then you're scrambling, and he lost 2 more assistants, and so he's brought in 2 or 3 new faces this year too. So it's not it's a process of building a staff, and I know Jason. I was just looking at. I haven't done a deep dive yet on Quincy. I was just trying to get started a little bit ahead of this interview, but I was just picking through some of the things. I can see fingerprints of, his time with the Bulldogs and things that were important.
Yep.
Don't turn the ball over. Don't commit silly penalties. The penalties yardage is good. The turnover numbers are good. So I think that I think good things ahead for the Hawks. And we talk about rivalry. This is kind of infancy compared to basketball.
True.
For so many years, even when Quincy and Truman were not in the same conference, they'd play a home and away, in basketball because it was that close and it needed to happen. And so I do believe with Coach Kilday now, Quincy and Kellen, the interesting side story, they're coaching together, both coordinators on Greg's staff and now running the neighboring programs. I think some good games like last year. I think more in store.
Well, you and I have seen a lot of those Truman-Quincy matchups in basketball and in football over the years, and it just brings out the best in both, doesn't it?
It does, and it's kind of weird. I mean, you're bringing kids from all over, so it's like, well, how do they understand it? They pick it, they understand, they pick it up. You search for what the rivalry is. I think at any level, and we don't have maps anymore, I guess, to get out, but they figure out, the proximity. I still think we ought to figure out something. For years with Northwest Missouri State, we played the Hickory Stick game, which was the oldest trophy game in Division II until we left the MIAA, and that was no longer possible. So maybe the Highway 6 stick game or something like that.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll write a column about it this week and come up with something creative.
Come up with a name, the Bullhawk series or whatever I throw out there. But no, I think good things. It was a great game last year, and we got many of the new faces, the same faces. So I look forward to homecoming over here. So they're going to be a big crowd. Get here early if you're a Hawks fan.
Brad, some of us over here had the chance to watch Dylan Hare and his Blair Oaks days bring a lot of misery to some pretty good football programs over here. Bowling Green stands out particularly in mind. What's his college evolution been? How fun has he been to watch?
Well, can I pass along his high school numbers, by the way? Would you like to know what those were?
I'm sure Mark St. Clair has them tattooed on his arm somewhere.
Oh, my gosh. And here they are again, you know. I mean, Centralia Panther football looks good, and they look up and they're in Blair Oaks District, you know. So the path is going to have to go through Blair Oaks again. But 10,799 passing yards in high school, 6,009 rushing yards. A 10,000, 6,000 guy. He was the first ever in Missouri to have 10,000 passing yards, 5,000 rushing yards. So those blow you away, but he's a winner. The kid has got the it factor. I mean, here's an example from Saturday's game. We play Upper Iowa. He hadn't thrown an interception in the previous 5 games, and he actually got picked twice on Saturday. But right before halftime, the Dogs are trying to take a lead into the locker room. He throws a terrible pick six. And Upper Iowa goes up 14-13 with 1:03 to go. Kid goes out, runs the offense. 4 plays later, he runs it in from 7 yards out. We take the lead, and we score 35 unanswered points. It's just, you know, he has the ability to flush a negative play. And he and our offensive coordinator, Austin Soto, I told Nez on the post-game show Saturday, I said, that was a thing of beauty. I mean, that had to have been as fun for Coach Zoda calling plays. You know, he was in the sweet spot as far as dialing things up. And Dylan Hare's the reason for it. I mean, you can just do so many things. He had 9 targets on Saturday. He's using both his tight ends. And right now, you really can't focus on a receiver. Last year was Jackson Overton, who was the freshman of the year. He was slowed early by hamstring. Now Nathan Ryan has 7 touchdowns. We graduated a first-team GLVC tight end, and we've replaced him with 2. But Dylan's the key to the whole thing. You know, as Greg Nesbitt used to say, he can do it with his lower half. You know, and that's the RPO game is so deadly with him, and he's such a good decision maker. And he's also not. You know, if you broke down his throwing motion or whatever, and I'm not a quarterbacks coach, but it can be a little bit different. You know, it can come sidearm, it can be 3/4. He can throw. You know, he can make those type of throws too. But the kid's just a winner, and I just thought that sequence Saturday just kind of summed up what Dylan Hare is.
And it gives Jason Kilday nightmares to think how his team's gonna stop that this week.
Yeah, well, he got the coach Nolan Hare, his brother.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to do when Dylan graduates. I've called quarterbacks by the name of Hare for 8 years. 8 years next year. It'll be Dylan's senior years. Anyway, yeah, he's a tough one to defend.
So
he had a big game against Quincy last year. You know, and it's not like he's going to go throw for 300 or 400 yards, but it's 3 touchdown passes, no picks, and run for 75 yards and a score. You know, those type things, and keeping plays alive. Just, you know, when it all breaks down, you know what happens.
Well, it's going to be a fun game to watch on Saturday. 1:30 kickoff at Stokes Stadium. Brad, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and chat a little bit about the Quincy-Truman rivalry.
I was thinking that picture you used, I think we have it on our website. Didn't you take that picture of me?
Yep, I did. That was at
there you go. See?
That was at Pepsi Arena. So,
hey, you guys are great. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're having success with this.
Same with you.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Yep.
Thank you, Brad. Means a lot coming from you, my friend.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you Saturday.
All right. Appreciate you. Been my pleasure.
That was Brad Boyer, NemoPressBox.com, play-by-play announcer, Truman State, the voice of Truman State Athletics.
We could have done 2 hours with Brad
We
tonight.
could
yes,
have. We probably should have, but it's a blast, and he'll do a great job calling Saturday's game And it's going to be a whale of a game.
It is, and what more could you ask?
It's going to be a fun Saturday. But we still have more to get to tonight, and we got a really cool guy to talk to next who's a record setter, two-time record setter already this year. So stick around because Drew Watson, Macomb wide receiver, is going to join us next right here on Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Does the thought of retirement overwhelm you? You are not alone. For over 25 years, Benson Financial Group has helped people just like you craft a plan to retire with purpose. Call us today in Quincy and Hannibal.
Top 5 reasons you should choose
Blessing Raymond College.
Small classes, peer tutoring, and lots of personal attention.
Financial aid opportunities, including grants, scholarship, and loan forgiveness.
Successful outcomes, from pass rates to job placement.
Hands-on learning, clinical experience at multiple sites, and no wait list.
The Simulation Center.
Master clinical skills in the state-of-the-art facility.
Be ready for anything.
What are you waiting for?
Enroll with Blessing Raymond College today.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
Ready to retire on your terms? At Benson Financial Group, it's about more than money. It's about purpose. With over 25 years of experience, our team works together to craft a plan that fits your goals and values in Quincy and Hannibal.
Are you as excited as we are that football season is back? Then you need to make Jersey's your one-stop destination for mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, and all your local sporting events. So gather your crew and speed over to one of Jersey's 2 locations, 109 East Jefferson and Camp Point, or 115 East Main Street, Mount Sterling. Jersey's Bar and Grill, your hometown sports bar.
We love beer!
Welcome back to Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, hanging out with Chris Stewart, Muddy River Sports Director, as we head into the home stretch of our 2-hour sojourn into football heaven.
And we may be talking to a potential all-stater here in a couple of different sports, maybe.
Very well could be. He's a 3-sport athlete.
And a really good one.
A really good one. And he's set a couple records already this year for the Macomb football program. And there's a lot of games left to be played potentially for the Bombers.
Yeah, he's going to put those things kind of out of reach for everybody by the time this is all said and done.
So let's go to the Hess Auto Agency hotline. And joining us, Macomb senior wide receiver and defensive back, Drew Watson. What's up, Drew? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for taking the time to join us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
pleasure to.
I was going to say, how'd the JV game go tonight?
Next question.
He's good at that.
That was pretty good. That was a good answer there, Drew. Things will go better Friday night. Well. Yeah, things will go better Friday night for the Bombers, right?
Yes, sir.
The sitting 6-1, qualified for the playoffs. Got a couple more games to earn a home playoff game in the first round. What do you like about the way you guys are playing right now?
Really, just we're playing as a team. Obviously, the Farmington game was rough, especially for me. But we're really just playing as a team, especially on the defensive end. We're flying around. We're doing our jobs. Of course, a few mishaps that we saw in film today are still happening, but just really getting those worked on and ready for the playoffs. I mean, that's really just the brotherhood of this team.
People who don't know and may not have heard, you did get hurt in that Farmington game and had Jack Gronwald fall on you, I believe, and had some sort of mishap. But you're back, and you've bounced back pretty quickly. Just for you, what did you guys learn about yourselves in that Farmington game? Because as you said, not everything went the way you wanted it to. But with this team at every turn, you seem to learn something and get better week to week. Is that fair?
Yes, sir, it is fair. Farmington's a really, really good team, really well coached. They have athletes. We really haven't seen a team that matched our athletes until Farmington, and that was a big awakening for our athletes because, I mean, we've really never been challenged like that. But really just playing Farmington, we really learned that, like I've been saying all year, we're actually a really good team, really competitive. Even when I went out, guys still played their butts off, and just seeing that made me proud of the whole team. I mean, we flew to the ball, played hard all game. Really just one play changed that whole game, and that's about it. I mean, one play was the big difference.
Knowing you were right in that game, had a 1-point lead in early in the fourth quarter against a team that's state ranked, a team that, like you said, could match you athlete for athlete. How much confidence does that give you guys, though, even in a loss, to know, hey, we can compete with teams that are that highly respected?
I mean, it gives us all the confidence in the world. I mean, the week before we played Mater Dei, who their record isn't the best, but they're still a really good team. They played some tough teams. And I think every one of their losses has been to a team that's maybe two or three games above 500. I mean, but they had athletes too. So that game, and we put up 41 points on them. That gave us all the offensive confidence. And then really what gave us a bunch of defensive confidence was Farmington. I mean, we gave up one touchdown that they didn't have the ball past the 50 on to start with. And that was just one play, one touchdown to a really good receiver. So, I mean, that just gives us all the confidence on both sides of the ball.
So Caden was 8 of 8 this week, completed every pass he threw. And walking into the season, he was a question mark that a lot of people outside of the program didn't know about. What have you, and obviously you're a wide receiver, so you have the best vantage point of anybody in this, Drew. What have you seen in his progressions at quarterback that has made him successful to this point?
Yeah, halfway through the summer, we didn't even know who would be our quarterback. We had a quarterback battle between 3 guys, actually, and Caden ended up winning it. And then, before the season started, he was really like, hey, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? And all of our receivers have just been so good and, just telling him, hey, just calm down, take breaths, which is all you can expect from a first-year quarterback, which he never really even played JV at quarterback, so he has no experience. He had no experience at all. But week by week, you see him getting better. He was really upset after the Farmington game because he didn't throw the ball well. But I mean, that happens with a young quarterback. And then the next week, he goes 8 for 8, 3 touchdowns, I believe, maybe 2 touchdowns, 1 running. And which should have been 3. We got tackled at the 1, and I should have gotten in on 1 too that I didn't have, but we'll talk about that later. I mean, just the growth of Caden throughout the weeks. Each week he's getting better. Each week he's working harder, and that's all you want from a quarterback. And he may not reach his peak this year, but next year he's going to be a really dang good quarterback.
Yeah. Drew, you've eclipsed a couple of career marks this season, setting the Macomb record for receiving yards and receiving catches. What do those mean to you right now, or do you even take time to think about it?
I don't really take a lot of time to think about them. I mean, they mean something to me, but one thing I've learned throughout my high school career is that I'm kind of more of a team player than just an individual player. I'd rather win 14 games, go to a state championship, than win 2 and then set all the records and not even play in the state championship and stuff like that. So, I mean, they still mean a lot to me, but I'm just ready for the next week, each and every week. So
I think you have the luxury, and you touched on defense coming into this, playing for one of the best defensive coordinators in the entire state. And obviously, if you've ever been around Coach Wilson, you know how fired up he gets. For you guys who feed so well off energy, what does that mean to you to have somebody who plays aggressively, lets you get down hills, lets you play like playmakers? I mean, because that kind of fits the style of your guys, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Coach Wilson is one of the best coaches I'll ever play for. He pushes us constantly. He's always making sure we're fired up, and gives legendary pregame speeches.
So I've heard.
You guys might have to come in and listen to one time, but he might have you guys ready to go out there and fight for us. But he's one of a kind, and like you said, he lets us play our way, and that's kind of a big thing for us because that's what we're best at. We're best at going out there, trusting our instincts, playing with our gut, making plays, playing fast, playing downhill. And there's a reason why we're a second half team on defense. There's a reason why we go into these games and give up less points in the second half, get more stops, because at halftime he's always pushing us, always telling us to do better, always making adjustments. And he's just been great all year. He's been great all of my high school career.
We know you're more than just a football player, three-sport athlete, but it's okay if basketball doesn't start until late November or early December even for you, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Which I don't really know how the IHSA works with that stuff, playing both at the same time, but I would probably do it if I could, but if not, I would be definitely fine with just playing football until early December, late November, and I think we got the guys to do that.
I'll point out that you might be the best athlete in the family, but do you take any guff for being the worst golfer in the family?
Oh, man. Well, you talk to my uncle, my mom's brother. He says I had more potential than Connor. So,
well, I'll take that. And he would know potential.
Yep. But definitely did not have the patience and had too much anger, let's just say that.
I think that is the most self-effacing and accurate thing you could have said, Drew.
Love it.
Yeah, 8U golf tournaments didn't go too well.
That's okay. You have found your niche on the football field.
Indeed.
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, Drew, thank you for taking the time to do this. Glad to know that you're doing better after the injury at Farmington, and great to know you're going to be in the lineup this week.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me here.
Awesome. Have a great week this week, and we look forward to talking to you some more.
Stay healthy.
Yep. You guys too. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, thanks, bud. That was Drew Watson, the Macomb senior wide receiver and defensive back. Great kid.
He's easily the funniest in the family as well at this point.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I've had him on Shuck on a Truck, which was also very enjoyable, and really appreciate him taking the time tonight. I know he was like, can we push it back to 8:30 because there's a JV game? And he wanted to go. And that's cool that a senior wants to go out to the JV game, cheer on his younger teammates, help them improve, because he knows that's what it takes to carry on the Macomb legacy.
He gets it at a very high level in everything that he does. And my goodness, I think when you see, those two transfers with basketball, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because obviously this football team is special.
Yes.
Those two transfers they've got who are in basketball are going to make them really fun.
Oh, it's going to be a fun winter for Macomb, but knock on wood.
Hopefully delayed as long as possible.
There you go.
Yes.
So, well, that was great. Now that we've gotten through the interviews, you know what it's time for?
Well, I would say shuck him up, but for me, it's Jeremy Platt throwing the magic dust.
And it is time for the magic dust to come alive and to shuck him up. So we'll do that when we come back. This is Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Since 1929, we've been here to serve our communities with the best products and the best service. You are the reason we go to work every day, and we thank you for that. After all, we live where you do.
Area Distributors is a provider of products and services in the restaurant environment, the school environment, the factory environment, the office environment, and in healthcare settings.
That's the value of Area Distributors, is that we help our customers out by providing them more product as one distributor.
I can tell you, if you call us and have a need, you're going to get timely response.
It's all about passion. decade after decade, Farm and Home Supply has been the place families turn for jeans that last. For style or for work, our jeans are made for every walk of life. Generation after generation, denim runs in the family at Farm and Home Supply.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough Districts Hospital.
Welcome back to Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
We have reached that time.
Oh, yes, we have.
Get my fix. It's Jeremy Platt time.
It's time for the magic barbecue dust to reign over everyone.
And of course, the biggest hit of the week.
That's right, the Shuck 'em Up hit of the week.
God, what a beautiful thing this has become.
And it was a good one.
I can't wait to see.
Our guy, sports writer Shane Holsey, got it on Friday night at Flynn Stadium.
He's done some great work. We got to give Shane his due. He has done some great video work.
So let's go to it. The Shuck 'em Up hit of the week, brought to you by Platt Daddy Barbecue.
Shuck 'em up!
I did.
Wow.
And that was good.
That's a hit and a half.
When our producer Remington Yates even goes, "Wow," when it's playing.
He was screaming he was screaming over there about somebody get the number of that truck.
Yeah, so Braxton Williams, one heck of a hit for the Blue Devils on Friday night against Galesburg.
I like when he comes back and slaps himself in the helmet just to let you all know that he knew that he got his man.
He did. Now, unfortunately, they scored a touchdown after that, the Silver Streaks did. But the Quincy High defense was pretty good on Friday night.
I guarantee you that kid woke up sore the next morning, so that is working in Braxton's favor. Yes.
Braxton Williams, Quincy High School defensive back. The Shuck 'em Up hit of the week this week, brought to you by Platt Daddy Barbecue.
I tell you what, I have heard a lot of people now talking about getting this honor. So apparently you've made an impact with your Shuck 'em Up. So
Again, all the credit goes back to Coach McEwen at Quincy University for throwing the Shuck 'em Up idea at us, and we ran with it, and it's worked.
It's been fun. It's been a great promotion.
And we've gotten a good one every week. That's the thing.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, because,
yes.
I mean, it's video related. So sometimes if we don't get there, we don't get in the right spot, we just miss it, it can happen with video. But we've gotten a good one every week.
We'll keep our fingers crossed that that trend continues.
Yeah, so don't screw up this one.
I'll try not to screw up this one. I'm at Palmyra Centralia. I am guaranteed some nasty hits from start to finish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's going to be a physical battle.
It is going to be physical, and I have no idea who wins that game. It could go either way.
It really could. And I think that goes back to the Monroe City Palmyra game could have gone either way. The Monroe City Centralia game could have gone either way. We just have three really good teams, and here's the deal. All three are state ranked this week.
Yeah, and deservedly so.
Monroe 5, Monroe 4, Centralia 5, Palmyra 10. So all three are in the top 10 in Class 2 in Missouri.
Yeah, although as Brad Boyer alluded to, Centralia has a different district and a much harder path out of it than maybe Monroe City Palmyra, who will run into each other if things hold, if the seeds hold. So,
but we're a few weeks away from districts beginning.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know we talked a lot about Illinois playoffs earlier. system is different in Missouri. Everybody goes into the districts, and we'll break some of that down next week. I want to, on who we think the district top seed will be in that.
Right, and that'll be fun to do as well, because that's a little different vibe, and we talk about football differently in Missouri at that point.
Yep, so we got to take one more break. We'll come back and wrap things up right here on Muddy Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Decade after decade, Farm and Home Supply has been the place families turn for jeans that last. For style or for work, our jeans are made for every walk of life. Generation after generation, denim runs in the family at Farm and Home Supply.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care, from state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Meet us at the Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
The home of Quincy's best cheeseburger is now under new ownership. All our time-tested menu items, along with some great new additions, all cooked on our perfectly seasoned grill, are waiting for you.
New wings and new sauces.
Ice cold buckets at some of the best prices in town.
Or even in a frosted mug.
Corner bar comfort for your favorite game on 7 big screens. Or play your own game and win big.
The Scoreboard, 8th in York and Quincy.
Area Distributors is a provider of products and services in the restaurant environment, the school environment, the factory environment, the office environment, and in the healthcare settings.
That's the value of Area Distributors, is that we help our customers out by providing them more product as one distributor.
I can tell you, if you call us and have a need, you're going to get timely response.
It's all about passion.
Chris Stewart, we've reached the end of our 2-hour journey into prep football heaven.
Indeed. Week 8 is here. It's a good one.
It is.
I think we had phenomenal guests again tonight.
Yeah, we want to thank Hunter Schuckman, Quincy High School senior quarterback, for joining us in studio here in the CDS Office Technology Studio in downtown Quincy. Then we had 3 guests join us on the Hess Auto Agency hotline. Really appreciate Palmyra coach Justin Hutchings joining us. Nemo Press Boxes, the voice of Truman State Athletics.
The legend himself, Brad
Boyer. And then Macomb senior wide receiver and defensive back Drew Watson, the record setter.
Who's had an unbelievable year thus far and just beginning.
Really appreciate those guys. We had the the Schottenkirk Toyota scoreboard earlier this in the show. We didn't break down the schedule, the Week 8 schedule, game by game, but we've talked about the big games on tap this week. We broke down the playoff possibilities for the Illinois teams. We will do the same next week for the Missouri districts to give everybody an idea going into Week 9, kind of where things stand. And again, it's going to be a fun week. You're going to be in Flower City on Friday night.
I am.
I'm actually taking a break from football on Friday night.
But you're not taking a break.
No, I'm not taking Friday night off.
No, you would never do such a thing.
We have the Quincy University women's soccer team has won 7 consecutive games. It is #1 in the GLVC right now. The men's team has played really well, 6-3-2 overall right now. So I'm going to go out to Legend Stadium on Friday night and check out the Hawks.
Well, I think, first of all, Coach Reese deserves some love for this
No doubt about
incredible energizing of the program.
Yes, so we're gonna do that, and we will continue the Friday night tradition of post-game Shuck on a Truck.
Okay.
If things go well for the Hawks, we'll do a post-game Hawks Shuck on a Truck.
Good.
So
Good. And we've got plans for the weekend as well already set up. It's kind of an eventful Saturday.
It really is. There's actually quite a bit going on. If you're out and about Saturday morning, breakfast with the Hawks is taking place at Pepsi Arena. Quincy University men's and women's basketball teams, a little sneak preview of what's in store for their seasons. I believe, I got to double check, 8:30 or 9 a.m. it starts.
Okay.
So you got that going on. Obviously, we've got the QU Truman State football game. We've got district championships in softball going on, district semifinals in softball as well. So a lot going on.
And some high school football on Saturday with the Raiders.
The Quincy Notre Dame goes over to Lincoln on Saturday. So, again, a lot to look forward to on the weekend. Week 8 should be a lot of fun on the prep football scene. We'll break it all down next week and looking forward to Week 9. We're going to be at the end of the regular season next week. It's nuts.
I happened to see that there were already Christmas movies on our.
Oh, wow.
Yes, as I was flipping through to try to watch.
And we're not even Halloween yet.
No, and somebody's running Christmas movies already.
And if you're out and about, there's a Shuck on a Truck Halloween.
I was waiting for this. You are immortalized as a skeleton.
I am. I've lost a lot of weight.
You certainly have, and they got the hat right.
They did. The skeleton's got a ball cap on and a T-shirt. We're good to go.
Whoever thought Shuck on a Truck would go full spooky time?
I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So we will see you right back here in the CDS Office Technology Studio next Monday night. Thanks for watching. For Chris Stewart, I'm Matt Shuckman. This has been another episode of Monday Night Lights, powered by Farm and Home Supply.